We still have more stories for you. The newly appointed Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu, that's Cabinet Secretary for Education Ezekiel Machogu, is the man under siege, literally. The CS has 48 hours to rescind his decision to stop funding of public universities or else deal with a looming national strike. Both staff and students from all the public universities have threatened to go on strike if the CS does not rescind or walk back his decision for public universities to find alternative sources of fund. As Brenda Zeda-Radido now reports, the university community feels Machogu's pronouncements are reckless.
1 week after taking the oath of office to transform the education sector, the newly appointed Education Cabinet Secretary, Ezekiel Machogu, seems to have started his work on a wrong foot with university students and dons following his procurement on public universities freeze.
What we want to know, what did the CS Ministry of Education mean when he said that the government would not fund universities?
If the state claims it does not have the resources to implement the right to education, then it should seek more guidance from Article 20, Sub-Article 5A and B of the Constitution of Kenya. And not making reckless remarks about withdrawing their funds.
In what has been termed as a roadside declaration by education stakeholders, the Education Cabinet Secretary has been accused of making declarations without engaging education stakeholders, and one that will pave way for university managers to increase school fees.
It means now he has given universities free will to charge fees at market rate. That is the implication. Because currently, the fee being charged is 16,000. Even kindergarten pupils do not pay 16,000. So the government is giving universities free will.
Already we are being underfunded as universities. We have fought this thing even from the national, WASU national. We have gone to the press, we have written letters complaining on the government funding private universities, because we know that is one of the things that are actually creating this underfunding of public universities. Now the Honorable Minister comes in to even claim that he wants to withdraw this statement.
The university dons are questioning why they are being asked to look for avenue of revenue funds, yet they are government institutions.
Are we now not public universities? The CS has converted us to private entities. Let him go around, see how public university lectures are empty, while private universities are full.
The pronouncement by the Cabinet Secretary contradicts the charter signed by President William Ruto and education stakeholders when he promised to increase funding to university during his presidential campaigns.
The next thing that he promised the higher education community was to increase research funding from 0.8% to 2% of the GDP. This CS, does he know what his own collusion promised? Does he even know what his own appointing authority promised members of the university community?
Currently, public universities have been seen as being insolvent due to the partial funding by the government. Should the government go ahead and cut its funding, then it means institutions of higher learning will be in a serious crisis. Brenda Zeda-Radido, KTN News.
All right, the 48 hours began running this afternoon and possibly end tomorrow. Let's see if the CS responds. So ends on Wednesday. Let's see if he responds and rescinds or walks back on that statement. Away from that, businessmen and women in Tasia, right here in Nairobi, are counting losses after a 7-story building